Let's talk a little Tennessee recruiting. A historic recruiting weekend in Knoxville. Number 15, Tennessee, hosts number 6, Georgia. And, of course, there's important targets on campus, including a few number 1 players at their position for 2027. But first, Steve, let's start with a 2026 flip target that Tennessee's got on campus. Virginia Tech defensive line commitment, Andrew Rogers. Is he a top priority right now for Tennessee?
Yeah, it's sounding like it's more likely he'll end up at Tennessee or South Carolina when it's all said and done. I spoke to him on Wednesday. He's excited to get on campus, get around the coaching staff. Obviously, his teammate is Tennessee quarterback commit Faison Brandon. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere inside Neyland Stadium. Goalposts have been known to find the Tennessee River if the Vols can win a game of this magnitude. It's been 8 straight losses to Georgia. They haven't won in Knoxville in 9 years against the Bulldogs. So this program is hungry. They made the college football playoff last year. They've shown that they deserve to be in these games. I think they have the team to do it, to beat the Bulldogs this year in Knoxville, and no better time than to do it in front of some of these commits in 2026, some flip targets like Andrew Rogers. He's the only one we're talking about today. But by the recruit reaction show on Saturday, I'm expecting a couple more flip targets in Knoxville for us to talk about on the show on Saturday. So hit like and subscribe. Then obviously Tennessee, they got a top 10 recruiting class here in 2026. This is a ball game that could be incredibly memorable for these 2027 recruits. Game environments, getting around each other, being in this electric atmosphere. A lot of these guys are going to take official visits in the spring and summer before they make their decisions. But this could be a launching point. Tennessee's obviously on the minds of these elite these elite prospects coming to campus. If they can grab a win, if they can go in the locker room and be around these players, watch them get the monkey off their back, kind of similar to Alabama 3 years ago, and then they beat them last year at home. Tennessee in the Heupel era, they are starting to check the box and get rid of these demons. They're competing for it all. This is a big opportunity to show that Tennessee is pushing towards another college football playoff this year, and that they have the goods to win a national championship down the road. If they land a lot of the players that are visiting for this game, they're going to be title contenders for years to come.
Right, exactly. And, there's some big-time names in 2027, and if you think about it, David Sanders, Tennessee didn't land David Sanders on signing day, right? They landed him with those 8 or 9 visits that he took leading up to it. And now you got number 1 offensive tackle Kennedy Brown, not only the number 1 player at his position, but the number 1 overall in 2027. He's going to be on campus. Does Tennessee have a real shot at landing the number 1 overall player? We got to talk Rhoback, and there's only one way to describe Rhoback. It's best fit, best feel. For those that aren't familiar with Rhoback, they are completely changing the game with their incredibly comfortable activewear. Now, Rhoback has released my favorite. It's their new licensed game day collection. Now, with novel polo designs and clean hoodie and a quarter zip design for some of your favorite schools, it is definitely worth checking out. Nobody else on the market is pairing these level of custom designs with this quality of activewear. Rhoback's everyday shorts or their Delta Performance pants are the perfect pairing as well. They're super comfortable. I have them. They have an elastic waistband, great fabric that is made to have the appearance of a nice looking short, but also the comfortable feel for a day on the move. Rhoback has also been proudly leading the NIL charge, having signed partnerships with multiple college football stars past and present, and they're becoming the go-to brand for college athletes across this country. Now, here's what we're going to do. Use the code JOSH on Rhoback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. Now, it's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all performance polos, shorts, and more with promo code JOSH.
Yeah, number 1 per the Rivals industry rankings. This was a program that he mentioned going into the fall as one of the programs that he wanted to visit. And so I do view Tennessee as one of the front runners for Kennedy Brown. I spoke with his mom this week. They're excited to see what that environment's like, see how the coaches vibe with their players, coach the players up, get around the players, get around some of the coaches, and just drink it all in. He'll come back for a more real, personable visit down the road, but just a chance to get to Tennessee, feel it out, be in what is going to be one of the best atmospheres in college football all year. Pre-game, we'll see what that's like over the
Right.
course of 4 quarters. It could certainly be one of the best atmospheres all season. They got to go out there and play well.
Yeah.
But this is an opportunity for Tennessee to get them on campus here, and then obviously get them back again, maybe even in the season, but get them back in the winter, then get them back in the spring, then a summer official visit, and then see where the chips fall.
Yeah. And I think the risk is worth the reward because, like you said, regardless, that pregame atmosphere is going to be unmatched. But watch out. Tennessee beats Georgia at home. Kennedy Brown there. That is something, even if we're a year and a half out from his final decision, that is something that's going to last with him the entire cycle. So risk versus reward, I think it's well worth it bringing in these guys, including a number one linebacker, Cooper Witten. What other names, Steve, intrigue you when it comes to this historic Tennessee visit weekend?
Well, I love that this is a 3:30 kickoff for the Vols. About the sun setting on Knoxville, goalposts being torn down, carried out the stadium, students in a frenzy. They'll rush the field if they beat the Bulldogs on Saturday. And that 7:00 game ending in Tennessee, we've seen it the third Saturday in October. It's a special scene. We'll see if these recruits get to see it. Cooper Witten, this was the first visit that he set this fall. He was at Oklahoma last week. He'll go see some of his other favorites, whether that's Texas A&M, Ohio State, Clemson. But Tennessee was the first visit he said. He's obviously a legacy. His dad played at Tennessee. He's from Tennessee. His mom has the ties to Tennessee. They got a lot of love for this Vols program. He'll be back for this game, and it's a chance for him to envision himself helping Tennessee win a national championship. That is the goal under this coaching staff. He's that kind of player. He is having a magnificent junior season, the way he impacts the game so many ways. He is at the top of Tennessee's board regardless of position. So is running back David Gabriel Georges, a 2027 recruit, number 3 running back in the country per Rivals right now. He looks like he might be the most physically impressive running back in the stadium. And Georgia and Tennessee have grown men in their backfields. That's how special a prospect he is. He's fantastic on tape. Tennessee and Ohio State are battling here. My prediction's on Ohio State, but I am certainly not sleeping on Tennessee. That's a guy that is incredibly important to them.
Yeah. 2
pass rushers I want to mention. We could talk Tennessee for hours, but Chris Whitehead and Rashad Streets are 2 top 10 pass rushers that the Vols are at the top or near the top of the list for. Ohio State's also in on both of those guys, but the Vols have done a terrific job with those guys. This visitor list is loaded, and you'll have to get over to Rivals to read more about it, but it's going to be a special weekend in Knoxville. We'll see if they can get it done, and then with that, the recruit reaction show will be on the money.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. We're definitely be talking Tennessee all week long on this channel. Now, speaking of predictions, let's put our predictions in for Tennessee, Georgia. I'll go first, Steve, on this one. You know, you said it so eloquently. The sunset, that big orange sunset, the goalpost coming down. I believe it, but I won't believe it until I see it. So I got to take Georgia in this one. I know in Knoxville, I'd love to see a Tennessee win. Being here in Nashville, but I'm just not buying it until I see it. How about you, Steve?
I love that Joey Aguilar's dad came out and talked to Pete Nakos, our On3 National College Football Insider, and said that Tennessee won the trade, the deal with Nico Iamaleava.
He's calling it 2 weeks in.
Joey Aguilar. That the nuts are on the table. Tennessee is got their chest out. They are not scared of the Bulldogs, but I like UGA.
All right, Tennessee fans, in the comments section below, tell us why we're wrong.